stream and hopefully it works. I have it
I
like
hope
that.
everything breaks.
True.
Let's do this.
Is it working? I'm gonna refresh my channel.
Oh,
Maybe it's working.
Okay. Oh. Can someone put it in the announce? Oh wait, you gotta do it.
oh
You gotta put in an
announce
announcement.
it.
I was gonna put in an announcement, but like it's gonna break the setup.
Your phone, man. Your phone.
But then I need to go get the link of the stream.
I'm not even gonna post the link. I'm just gonna say, look at above message. Go here, everyone.
I can
Oh, it's fine. I'll get the link. Hold on.
announce. Oh, I can't even.
You
put
know
it in,
people
so
are
I'm not
lazy.
going for that.
Oh, it's true. It's true. Oh, it's ping 400 people. No biggie.
People love that, so it's okay.
Oh, I got 2
Yeah.
pings. I gotta know what it is. Yeah, I'm opening my phone.
Check on your phone. Check on your phone.
Check on your phone.
Yeah, but I'm trying to get the stuff
Do
on
you
my
have a
phone.
phone?
I can't look.
How hard is it to use your phone?
Oh, I
Like
got
said,
pinged in the
it's an old
agency
dial
Discord.
phone.
Oh my god. Surely the announcement to say that it's dead.
I gotta post a skateboard emoji.
Oh my god, Z-Sense here. It's already ruined.
Okay, the skate.
Heartbreaking.
We'll give some people a little bit of time to join. Agency is dead. Rest in peace, agency. I'm not held at gunpoint to say that.
It was a good run. Is your skin inspired by Chromacopia?
Dom always has a new skin.
I do. Yeah, I do have a Chromacopia skin.
Oh my
Right
god,
on.
I'm just for a card.
Might be the one of the best looking skins I've ever worn. Gotta be honest.
What? What about the?
I like the.
Let me look
Majora
on
skin, it's pretty
MMC.
good.
I'll find a good one. I'll find a good one.
There's a lot of good ones. This is one.
Does
one
he
of
have a
my
Brodator
favorites for
skin?
sure. I've for sure.
You
worn
did
a
make
Brodator.
one, but then you switched it before you used it.
Oh,
Uh,
heartbreaking.
let's see. What are the latest Dom mix-ups? You have a Mr. Raven Dom, a Nomdegas Dom, a Darkrai Dom, the Tauren Dom. Who even
Oh,
is
the
that?
Numdigas one is awful. Who?
Between Tauren and Majora.
Oh, that's the Glunch.
That's the Glunch.
That's the Glunch.
The Glunch Miner himself.
You're the one and only.
You got Samba, Shmion, Mad Dognails, the Real Hagrid, Llama. The mix up of people, like you have like people like that haven't showed up in years, and then you have like random like bolts in charge.
Yeah, it's an iconic mix.
Yeah, the real question is how many of them have not aged well.
There's definitely gonna be at least one or two that I'd probably want to clear from this history.
Oh, Brink, I'm wearing a
Much
full
work.
suit right now. I don't know about them, but I'm ready for this.
Okay.
I'm kind of wearing a suit.
Yeah.
You could be.
That's true. I could be.
Oh really?
You right there?
Yeah, I'm just reading the chat.
Okay, this is fine. I'm here.
This message is held for review. I'll show Brockolire's message.
Oh, are you moderator on here?
Yeah, I have
Perfect.
on your channel.
I don't know
Yeah,
why I
that's a lot
didn't
of
see
power.
that. Oh, because I'm in the
I
studio.
think YouTube did not like the F word from Broccolire.
Well, Fluz wants to
Seriously.
know if it is a turducken on the table.
I hope so. I don't know what you brought to the table today, but
I don't know. This is a Nova Skin thing. I'm bringing back Nova Skin. Like instead of doing like text intros, people should go like Nova Skin teams.
No, they
and
shouldn't.
You put
They
text.
should not. I watched all of the intros from the early 2010s. We don't need more Nova Skin. We're done with those.
I think
guys.
there's like only one Nova Skin intro. It's like Heroes in Battle, like 10 or 11 or something.
Oh no, there was there was a few of them.
No, but that one is full Nova Skin. Like the
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. They're only rigged if the winner's paid Brodator.
These are- as far as I know,
the
these are
way
not
the
rigged.
awards work is that all my votes are worth 100 points, and everyone else is worth 1. So
Yeah.
The 100 votes from Mad Merrick about to come in clutch.
okay, I think
Sources
people.
are saying he could have submitted a ballot.
Firm, are you just deleting everything that Cody posts?
No, I put a 30-minute timeout on COD while he was typing too much.
Okay.
Oh my god.
That's probably deserved, to be fair. Oh, sorry, Joey, I lost your jacket.
It's
There's been like a big shift up in the awards over the year. We moved studios a few times.
in the
Your jacket's
fireplace.
probably in a box It's probably
Also,
in a
I
box
think
somewhere.
the Discord thing broke when you tab out of Discord. Like it's just showing like black.
Okay. Thank you for your.
It is very dark and scary.
So I
right
have
now.
it. I need it open here.
Yeah, you need to have Discord open at all times for it to work.
Wait. Okay. So
gone.
what if I keep it open there, but I put it over here? I want to see if that works.
No one knows who's speaking anymore. This is tragic.
Yeah.
Uh,
Our voices
I
are
don't know
all
how much
just the same.
delay I have. Okay, I'll
It's
put it
me,
this
Asma.
space.
Oh no. Now you guys know it's me. This is the worst.
Okay. So I think we can start. People have time to join.
Mhm.
Are y'all not doing the podcast in the RR Discord?
No.
Oh.
you can't
Yeah,
trust
technically
people.
this is a Discord feature, but that's too much work.
Yeah.
They do not care for the lower class citizens of the UAT community.
Exactly.
Oh crap.
Yeah, it's more important to have like a good replay like this and like that. I know it works because that's what we always did.
hmm
So first,
Yeah.
before we start, I'll explain that how it's gonna work. The one difference from last year is instead of like talking about what's nominated in the top 5, we're gonna go on a few topics about 2024 as a whole between the awards, and we'll reveal them there. And that's about it. We'll see what people have to say. Probably a few paragraphs from Firm.
Can't be that many.
You're gonna have to.
We'll-
You're gonna
we'll
have to pack
see.
for time for like.
Can we get a word limit?
Me and stuff.
We'll see. Yeah, so it's me and Dom, and then we got the guests who are Bobby, the question of the day guy, and then Firm that makes way too many stats, and Major that makes renders and watch like every intro ever, or is getting there.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of them.
And we have like a few years left.
Yeah, I think I have the 2020s. I think I got to 2019.
Yeah, you have the peak of UHC there.
Yeah, as they said in the Discord, which I personally did not agree with, but it's a hot topic that people did feel that way. So I hope the intros reflect that.
Honestly, I don't really remember, but there's definitely some really good intros. But 2020 was like kind of an era when like there's also like a lot of people that came back. There's also a fair share of like people's like first try into like making production and stuff.
We love
So
those.
I definitely think it's an interesting year in terms of production. Okay, so let's start into this. So we have 11 categories. We got everything. So logo, renders, art, montage, the best moment, the best fight, the best perspective, and game mode, most surprising player, best intro, and best season. The only one removed from last year is best trailer, but there was only a few trailers this year, but they were all fire.
Let's just say Ambition would have won. Let's just make that clear right
What?
now.
My
Yeah,
All Stars
it's
trailer were fire.
Let's just say Mad Maverick would have definitely voted.
And there also was Faction where it was that was pretty good, but I think that was it. Unless I'm forgetting someone else.
They're
But who
gonna be
knows?
very angry that you
Yeah,
forgot
it
them.
doesn't look like it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
I can feel their hatred seething right now.
Hey, maybe we'll get more trailers this year. You never know.
You never know.
If there's like 10 trailers this year, I'll bring it back.
I'll make a trailer for every round. Not even affiliated with them. I'll just make the trailers.
I like the trailers that secretly spoil who wins the season. If you
What?
if you get it,
Oh, it's like actual movie trailers. Half the time
like
they
you
actually spoil
hide
the
you hide a
plot, you know?
sign on the side of a tree that says like who wins.
Oh my god, that's genius.
Yeah, that's called Edgic.
Okay, I gotta check on my phone what I had for like all the categories and.
I remember I think it was like Manipulation 2 or something. They had a trailer for that. And I remember watching it because I obviously played the season and I watched it and I was like, wait, there's just a bunch of clips from like the actual season in this trailer with like complete with like kill board still up.
Oh my god, what?
And it's like, oh, okay, I don't know if that's the smartest idea, but you go, girls.
That's how they're rolling today.
Yeah. To be fair, this was years ago
You-
now, so
you
they
don't
were
get-
ahead of the curve.
Flues doesn't get any relaxation from this.
Okay, so let's start into the first topic of the podcast. So first, how was 2024 for rounds? I don't know if anyone wants to start.
I
Great.
played some. I
was
I
awesome.
watched some.
Same for me,
I-
actually.
I watched all of the intros, and I did my own little rankings for the top intros.
How was
They're not
2024 in terms of
canon.
intros compared to the other years? You'd say.
Oh, I think on average it was much better than previously. I think older years had a lot of peaks and valleys.
Oh my god!
It's a joke.
I don't get it.
Like the R.
What is that?
But I think this one was mostly just peaks. So a lot of really good intros to pick from. So I'm excited to see who won the official vote.
Yeah, because you did do a vote in the artist corner. And I looked at it, and there was like a few difference with like what got nominated and what didn't. And I thought that was
so
interesting.
it's kind of like when Star Wars got bought by Disney. All like the lore books were considered not canon anymore. So once this is officially out, my intro list will not be canon anymore. But all the nerds will be really into it.
I think besides the intro, this was a good year because 2014 was like the real start of the UHC community, and that's when a bunch of rounds started just getting made over and over again. So we saw a lot of 10 years, and we're going to be seeing a lot more of those in
Oh,
this
yeah,
year,
for sure.
hopefully. You
That's
know,
true. Yeah, a lot of big milestones.
Yeah, like we have
So,
the
you
10
saw a
years
lot
of
of
the
people
Melon
come back.
Blooded releasing right now.
That was huge,
It's
yeah.
insane, man. Just looking at the fucking returner section, that is the most disgusting thing I've seen in my life.
S2
Giant
to
gaps.
S41.
Casual 10.5 year gap.
It's nuts, man.
I mean, All Stars also did the same thing in with season 9, which is a 10-year gap all over. Too with Meadow.
Woo.
But yeah, 10-year gaps are possible. The thing I want to mention about this year for rounds is just all the new version stuff that like came out. Like that
Yeah.
gives a lot of ideas for like we got a trial chambers and
Yeah, it's asking for a lot of really cool concepts for UHC.
And now we got the Pale
with all the new
Garden.
updates.
and now
I
we're
wanna
gonna
see
have
UHC with the
3
Creek now.
types of pigs.
Oh, 3 whole
This is
pigs.
what we needed. This is what
When
we
pigs
Yeah.
fly in 2025.
True.
Pigs, free pigs.
Literally all-time moment.
Yesterday was Sertamina's 10-year.
That's exciting.
Didn't even know.
That's big.
That is big. It did just come back, but that's 2025, so doesn't count.
It doesn't happen yet.
yeah,
It's
why are
not
we
ca-
talking about it?
Yeah, I can't believe Colin would bring back 25 stuff. Like, really? So I think anyone else has anything to add about the year?
No, not particularly. No.
It was the 10 years of Nudon this past year as well in 2024.
It
What
was
was
a
your
lot
guys'
of
biggest
rounds.
win in 2024?
Oh,
Any
did I
wins
even
here?
win?
You think I got a win?
Wins as in like our own wins, like
Like, yeah,
assume?
like UAT
my
wins.
my
okay,
personal
I was
wins.
gonna say,
you know?
okay. I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I don't really think I had I don't remember most of my wins from last year. There wasn't
What
anything
a-
like super impactful.
What a flex! I haven't even had one.
I don't even remember if I had a win.
I got so many I can't keep.
I
can't keep
remember I
count.
won Goopy season 5.
Okay, actually,
Yep, I
two
did
of you guys
too.
won that. Yeah, You
I
guys won
fuck
that
with Goopy
together.
hard.
And I got some free wins in Jambo. That's all I remember.
Oh wait, right at the end of the year, Subspace 8.
Oh
Ah,
my
I
god,
got one.
another one for you, Bobby.
Thanks,
Oh,
Bobby.
yeah.
I did so much
Carried.
work in that one.
I have to look at what I won this year.
Nothing. You never win.
That's true.
Ooh, abstraction with 0 kills alive. Ooh,
That's
I like
big,
that.
man.
Okay, let's go on to best logo of the year. We have 5 logo makers that make logos.
Big if true.
That was big. So we got Blarks that made the advancement logos. I think he made a lot of the advancement logos. I think he also made the All Stars logos and other stuff that I don't remember. Then I made the Clash logo, and I made the other logos for all my rounds. I think that's about it. Then Kodwai, who has made way too many logos. Then AR10 with identification, and there's a few rounds he made too. I don't remember. And then the last one is Patsy, who also made a lot of logo, but the one he has on the dock is World Cup 2024. All good logo makers.
I agree. I agree.
We love a good logo.
I'm not very art inclined, so I don't have much comment here, but the logos are all fire, so they're all bangers.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's too much to say about logos. Their logos, and I think we started to see a lot more people that don't make logos anymore and just uses text well in the intro and looks just as good, and the logo isn't really needed. I mean, what's good in the logo is sometimes you can identify a round just from the logo because they always have something that returns in it.
I think that's a really important part, honestly. Being able to look at the logo and tell what round it is just based on that. I think that's really important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, there's a big thing with having your own unique logo maker, but there's also rounds that just make one logo and uses it for every season, and it's the intro that takes charge of adding text onto it to put a season number or stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it's cool when they have a repeated logo because it's recognizable, but if they don't alter it at all for the other intros, then I don't know about that. But at least add on to it the numbers for the season. I think that's an important part as well to help differentiate it, rather than oh, am I watching season 4 or season 21? Just from looking at it, it's hard to tell, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And yeah, like Cluesmaker said, it helps to be easy to read on a thumbnail too, right?
Yeah, I think the number of people that makes thumbnails has been going down, so
maybe it's because the logos aren't as recognizable anymore. Maybe that's why.
I think a lot of
Any more-
people, what they do is for thumbnail, they just take the screenshot of the team for the from the intro.
I just screenshot the logo from the
Yeah, I
intro.
would say that is what I do for my thumbnails.
Oh yeah. I mean, your thumbnails now are super consistent.
Yeah, I got the layout, and I just put the screenshot of the logo from the intro there. It's the job done,
Okay, let's go into the winners and reveal.
Oh shit.
So I think last year we did third place to first, so that's what I'm gonna do. You're not gonna get to know who lost.
I think
We're
we
nice like
should.
that.
That's the best part, though.
No, we're not gonna name and shame.
No name and shame. And
This
You-
isn't shame. This is like, you made it to top 5. Congrats.
I mean,
that is
yeah,
big,
but also
you know?
most of the time, sometimes there's like a clear loser. I mean, technically we don't always give the numbers, so like, it's fine like that.
If you think about it, third place is a loser medal because you lose to get third.
Yeah.
No, that's a lie. You lose to get second. You win to get third. My bad. I don't know how Olympics work.
So in third place we have COD Y with Impulse 7. Second place is AR10 with Identification Season 8. And first place is Potsy from World Cup 2024.
Woo.
Potsy logo
Congratulations.
win.
Holy crap.
Are they going to be on the screen?
No.
Okay.
If you're cool waiting for like another
That's
10,
gonna break your whole setup.
if you're cool waiting
Yeah.
for like 10 minutes per award, then yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Describe it from
in
memory.
the R Discord, there is a document that's pinned.
Gotcha.
And like, yeah, there's everything there. I mean, the logos, like I didn't even get the logos. Like I just linked the intro because that's a little too
Alright.
much trouble.
All right, so the World Cup logo is a big sphere with lots of different flags on it and a nice red ribbon behind it with World Cup 2024 written on it. Oh, and there's golden apples behind it.
Yeah, Carter's pretty good at
Oh, we're
logos.
spoiling tagging.
Yeah, we got spoiler tag.
Okay, you're taking care of that. That's good.
Yeah.
There's a companion piece.
Fantastic.
We did offer people to come on stream for winner speeches if they win. We also offered people to pre-record them or write them if they wanted to. I didn't get any from anyone in terms of writing. So
Heartbreaking.
We'll never know how
Uh,
Potsy feels about his
anyone,
win.
I mean, anyone has the link for the doc, like the doc with all the awards, and they can put them in my chat. I mean, that would be fun because Firm's moderator.
Yeah, so I have the link. I mean,
Yeah,
actually, do you want me to?
Flus says he can't join one Discord, so
Do you want me to like actually?
Oh,
can you
never
add
mind.
My actually.
That didn't work.
Oh wait, no, so you can't tab out to all. I was gonna
Yeah,
say you
you're
could
gonna
add
want
my
to copy
alt,
and paste that.
I'm gonna say you could add my my alt email, and I could like mark the first, second, third on it.
you know. But I meant like putting the link in the stream chat.
Yep,
I
can
did.
do that as well.
Yeah, I put it there.
I don't see it. Is
It
it
might
not
have gotten
available?
It might have gotten like censored.
Oh,
Probably.
Through.
I'm not a mod and I'm putting links in there,
Actually,
so
here I'll
probably.
throw it in because I'm a mod. Maybe that works.
Here we go. You want all the glory.
Whatever. Whatever.
Can we pin that? So can I pin that?
There we go.
Pin message.
Jamie, can we get that pinned? There we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, beautiful.
Let's go. That's okay. Pinned is the doc with all the nominees, and it links to a clip or the intro or like the full POV. Okay, let's go on the second one. Second one. How was the production for rounds in 2024?
Some of them came out. Some of them
It's-
took a
some
long
of them
time to
didn't.
come out.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I
What-
think the production for some rounds showed who truly wants it in terms of like recognition and hard work in the community. I think
Oh,
there's
yeah.
a ton of great stuff this year. And I think even some of the intros that didn't make it onto the top 10 like deserve to still be like talked about. There's just a lot of things that came out this year
Mhm.
that it was so unique. Like I really like the legacy animations. I don't remember the last time I saw animated art, if ever,
TGF7.
in an
Yeah,
intro.
that'd be literally the only other one, yeah, TGF.
That-
Yeah.
That is pretty big, yeah. I think
And
that unlocks like a whole new level because like we've been getting animations through like 3D models, but having the 2D animation, it's like a whole separate thing that hasn't been happening as much, which I think brings a lot of diversity to the intro atmosphere, you know?
and then you still see some veteran intro makers like DJ. I think DJ released one of his, if not his best intro with the Impulse intro that came out right at the end of the year, just so he could make the nomination list.
Of course.
Good strategy. I respect it,
Very
but
smart.
it's also a very good intro.
Actually, it's ruined by the fact that the credit for the art and intro are in the wrong order. I ruined the intro for everyone now.
Oh shit.
Oh no.
No, I think in terms of production in 2024, it definitely was definitely shows like a bit of like a lack of a production maker in the community. Like there's definitely a lot of like render maker that are just not as active anymore. So I think that probably was a year with the least renders done in a while. And a lot of people either go with art, and it's not even like people from the community anymore. Like I think a lot of the time, like people find like Fiverr artists or like anywhere else.
Yeah, a lot of outsourced art.
Mhm.
I also
And
feel
it's-
like this is a case of like in 2023 there was it really did show off kind of like how there was very few people in production but so many rounds, while last year it kind of started to feel like there was still not many people in production, but the number of rounds kind of had slowed down to not necessarily match it but not make it so like jarring. Like because it's felt like it's, even though the production hasn't really gotten better, it's the ease of it has gotten a little less awful than before.
Yeah, definitely. Like I definitely haven't been asked as much about renders, but like I also technically kind of quit and kind of never quit. But
No,
like
no, don't do that. You never truly quit. I quit, and then I'm back.
no, so like I said, I said I quit renders, but like I was like I'm keeping X, X, and X round, and like, and then I just got asked by other people. I'm like, well, I know that like I've been hearing from other people they've been waiting for months and months. I'm like, so I'm just gonna do it, and like, I still win from it because I charge for them. So like, it's just I don't want to always be doing that.
Mhm.
So I always appreciate more new people coming in and trying renders. But obviously, it's not gonna be always like that. So sometimes I just have to come in and like help with the renders. Like I know, like a good example is like the most recent anime club that released. Like, it's like another round where like I wasn't planning on like ever doing, but like I knew that Frost has been waiting for a very long time to like multiple art sets, and it never worked anytime. So like, yeah, I did it to help with that, for example.
Yeah, that did take that was recorded in October of 2023 for reference, by the way. It's
Oh,
been a
geez,
while.
eh?
So
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
kind of the
just another thing
problem.
with art.
Yeah,
like if you want art, you got to be ready to not release the season that you've played for probably 6+ months.
it's
And
not
if
Yeah.
even
something goes
that.
wrong,
Like,
you got to find something else to do.
like Deviation, like for example, that like started this year, has been able to get art pretty fast. They got a really good artist, and it goes pretty fast. But like there's like a whole like different aspect to like the Fiverr artist, which is how long are you gonna be able to keep them?
Yeah.
It's like at the end of the day, like for a lot of people with like Fiverr artists, they're not like your friends. Like you are clients.
Yeah.
So like it's you
strictly
really can't.
business.
It like, genuinely is. Like they have like no like you're wanting them to be a part of like this project of yours, but they're like not close to you. They do this for like their income, and it's not like if they want to move on from doing that, then you don't have like that connection to be like, oh, we're buds, we can keep doing this, right? They don't have that allegiance. So
No, they move on to the next thing they're doing, right?
yeah, so if they don't want to, if like you go like, hey, I need like, if you've done like 3 seasons with them and it's like, hey, I need like 10 art pieces for this season, they could just be like, I don't have time, and they're under no obligation to be like, okay, fine, I'll do it. They're just like, no, I don't have time.
Yeah,
So
they are not involved in new issues, so they have no reason to be like, oh well, I want your round to release, so I'll help. And they don't care about the UIC aspect of it. They're just like doing it for the money.
Yeah.
That's when you gotta trick them into playing U8C.
Ooh, I like that.
Oh no.
Like there's definitely some rounds that like got hurt a lot more from like that than others, and like you see like some people like some rounds that have art that like switches back to like renders for a season, or like or they just switch art completely. I'm not gonna name rounds, but
Mm-hmm. No,
because
it
I
makes
don't
sense,
know like in details everything for like any of them, or like that's definitely been like risk with that. But it can be worth it. Like there's definitely ones that have worked well with it. Anything else about production?
I got nothing.
I got
That's it for
nothing.
me.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Well, it is then time
Make
to
better Reddit
announce
post.
the best
That's why I went.
renders.
Yeah.
Best renders of 2024. So in third place. Wait, I'll name who are nominated. So we have myself for Geology, Joe for World Cup, Just Nolan for Mythical, Majora for New Dawn, and Tags for 2DN25. So in third place we got myself with Geology 17. Second place is Djo. And first place is Just Nolan for Mythical, UHC, Season 14, and all the other ones that released in 2024.
Congratulations! Woohoo!
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Just Nolan renders are pretty insane, so it is deserved.
Fantastic.
Thank you for the clapping.
Yeah, it was very cool. I liked all the art on that in that intro. Very fancy.
Yeah. There's definitely some items that are a bit wacky, but that's more because they're not from Minecraft.
I'm glad that you said that, because that was my big thing against a lot of these intros. But the way they use non-Minecraft items, but people enjoyed it, and they were very dynamic renders.
Sometimes the items fits really well with like, even if they're not Minecraft, they fit really well with a person for a reason, or like
Yeah, like the gun is funny.
I just got that with that one on the intro as well. Oh my God.
The gun's funny. The sword is a choice, but that's okay. Everything, it's all very cool. Like it, very stylized, very a lot of it's very dynamic renders. I think that they're very impressive.
yeah. I mean, all the renders were good. Like everyone there deserves the win in some way, because all these renders are like really good, and like I think there's a big aspect of like how well a render is gonna look with how well they're gonna be used in the intro.
That's a big part too. Like you could have like amazing renders, but the intro doesn't really support and show off the art that you put forward. Alternatively, you could have really mid renders, but the intro is fantastic. So you have to try to find a good middle ground where good intro, good renders. You know.
I mean,
So
that's the
it's
thing
tough.
with like someone like Djo making both his renders and the intro, is that he can plan how the render is gonna be posed based on how he's gonna
Yeah.
use it in the intro.
That's really
Yeah, I was gonna
big. Yeah.
say 4 of the 5 here, I think, are same intro maker and render maker. I think the only one that isn't is Hannah's To the End.
And Majora,
Yeah.
technically, but
No. Oh no.
you did
I
technically
planned that
make
all out.
it, but like
Colbacon just saved it, but I
Yeah.
planned out the whole like spinning and transition. Also, I don't remember which renders I made for To the End.
you only made the newcomers. The thing is, that was kind of tricky. Like Hannah didn't make any new renders this year.
Yeah, I was looking at it. I'm like, oh, because a lot of people use like similar rigs to what I've used as well. So like, I don't know which ones are mine anymore.
Yeah, and the only batch like that she had was like I think 1 or 2 identification season and like the 2 TTE seasons are released. And like the all the batches for these rounds are either mixed with your renders or they're mixed with DJ's renders. So like it wasn't like a real option, but he still got nominated. So that just proves how much people like her renders.
Oh yeah, they're good.
Okay, let's go into the next topic. What is it? I'm lost.
Best art?
It's
Best
art.
art.
Yeah, no.
Best art. Best art.
Let's put some pen
Here's
to
the next
paper.
question. What do you guys think about intros that don't use art or renders? Is that a crime?
It is a crime. We gotta
Yeah, I
kill
think
you.
it's punishable by like life in prison, honestly.
And what
That's why-
do you guys think also is probably the best way to do an intro without renders or art?
I'll say it. I think text intros have probably a higher chance of being a better intro than one with renders. And I think the main supporting piece I have is the Ambition 19 and 15 intros.
That's a really hot take, Bobby.
I mean, I can kind of see it in a way where you don't, you have less elements to place on the screen, so you can put more work into syncing what you have with the song and add more effects. So I could see that.
I definitely think that it's possible to make good intros without renders or art. I honestly don't think it's like a crime not to have either of them. I just think most examples of like text only intros in like recent times aren't like there's not too many insane ones. It's definitely harder to work with, but I think there's potential for it. I don't think the problem lies in there not being renders and art.
Yeah, I do agree. Like I think the way I could see it is more like you could make good intros with him, but right now they're mostly used for rounds that either don't care enough about production or just gave up because like they waited for a year and they just do that. So that's probably why like intros that try with production don't go for it. So that's why there's not a lot of it. That's like good.
That's true. Yeah, they could be done really well if the effort is put into it. But
Yeah, I just think you have to have that idea in mind when you're creating the intro and not, okay, I'm going to plan it out with renders. Oh, I didn't get any renders. Oh, I didn't get any art. And here you go, you get this instead. I think if you
that's
have
the
it all
issue,
planned
yeah.
out, just like every other intro, you can make it work. Because I think without renders and art, you definitely have a lot more freedom as to what is on the screen, what's in the background, what comes up when. You just have to want it to like just be good, and not something you're doing because you already agreed to make the intro.
I was going to mention it, Bacon. But since Bacon is mentioning it now, what about the PlayUish intros, which are like live action intros in game? I know there was a few. It's more rare, but there was a few
I've seen
this
the
year.
KSP ones.
I think that they did I think those intros were really good in 2014.
You don't think people that's like valid to well not valid, but like you
I
think
don't
that's
know.
inferior than like a text intro or
I don't know. I think they have to put a lot more effort into it rather than just having them like walking around. I don't know.
I
That
think
was always the thing for me with like old school like PlayUC intros is sometimes they were just really goofy.
sometimes they're like really bad, yeah.
Like it was just the dumbest shit over and over, and it was really weird. Like if you put like thought into it, like you can make them look really cool.
Yeah, no, I remember like there was one
I
like
love the
live
Winter
action
Wonderland
intro.
ones.
Like I
Winter
think that-
Wonderland was funny. Yeah, I'll give you that.
I did want to say, yeah, I think the Winter Wonderland intro was like one of the most like creative type of like play UHC style intros in like recent memory.
Well, replay
It's
mode.
like-
That's a good point.
Yeah, with
If
replay mod, you
watch
can
it, like,
get
there's
really
so
good
many like
angles.
little like Easter eggs, I'd say. Like the best part about the intro is KSP lunar hunting, where he logs in and out. I think that was a really nice touch.
Okay, I take back my statement. I think it could be done pretty well. I think that it's pretty fun.
Yeah,
There's
no.
also lunar client emotes in the Winter Wonderland intro.
That was my favorite part about it. Honestly, I like the goofy dancing. I
Is
am
it-
but a
it's a-
child. I enjoy seeing funny dance.
Yeah, with a little creativity and like thought put into it, like they can work really well. It's not like you
Mhm.
said, like when it like old school play UFC ones, it would just be like, okay,
Yeah.
we're on to the next player. What are they gonna do? Oh, they're gonna do like shift dancing next to like a polar bear. And
Yeah,
it's just like just doesn't mean anything at
Yeah,
all.
play like a lot of the play Uchi one was like probably the reason why people have like probably a negative like reaction to like intros like this is like a lot of them had no shaders and they were just standing somewhere, shifts dancing and maybe dropping something or mining something and like. But
yeah.
there,
like,
there's been
those
some
are
that
great
are
back in the day.
creative, like with like ankles they come in and like. There's been some creative ones, but it's definitely more rare. Well, I think that covers it, unless someone has something else to add.
I got nothing.
Nah, I think I'm good.
So let's go into the best art of the year. So best art we got Creative Cat from Abstraction, Ghosty from Peaks and Valleys, Party of One, and Periodic. The Legacy Artist. I have no idea how to pronounce that, but
I was gonna say good
Oh,
luck.
I'm reading it and I'm with you there, brother. I'm not trying
I've-
that.
I full winged it for my top 10 intros. I hope I got it right.
oh, okay, go for it now. Then if you,
Oh,
you did.
where is it? Where is it? Oh, I did Nagi Satilla and Vanjumumi. Vanjumumi, I think is what I said.
I mean, that's
Nag-
close enough. That sounds good.
Nagi Satilla and Vanjumumi is what I said for the video. So I hope it was accurate.
Yeah, I
That's
don't know what
probably
those names like come from, but it's definitely not like English names.
Yeah, I tried looking it up for reference and I didn't get anyone actually saying it out loud. So
Then you got Celeste from a UHC recorded round, and 343 from Impulse. And we already have Flusemaker saying 343 is the best art.
I can
We'll
see
see
that.
if he's right.
let's see
Anyone has
what
opinions
people
on
have-
art?
Oh man, I made my partner watch all the intros this year with me, and she agreed with Flusemaker.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Great. We may have to hear from Z-Cent.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah, Flus do bring a point where do you count the fact that the Legacy intro is animated as like something that makes the art better than all the other ones?
that's a really tough part because on it, like if you include the animation, I think that hops it up in the ratings, but just standalone, I don't know. We'll see where it goes.
And then
Maybe you can just judge it based on a still frame.
Yeah.
And then I agree with Bacon. I love Ghosty's art improvement over the years.
Mm-hmm.
okay, let's go
It's
into the
so,
top
like,
three.
amazing to look at.
Oh yeah.
At number 3, we got 343 from Impulse. Already over for Flusemaker.
For his one
Okay, I'm
viewer.
down $500.
Are we betting on the awards now? Second place is the Legacy Artists,
Okay.
and first place is Ghosty from like all the other rounds, Peaks and Valleys,
Deserved.
Periodic, and Party of One.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good
So
So
job.
deserved.
Ghosty win.
That's fantastic.
Congrats to Ghosty.
No, she did actually improve like a lot this year.
We-
It was really good.
I don't think we'll be getting
Like,
a speech from
yeah.
Ghosty, but I mean, there is one thing that personally I do like voting for artists that are part of the community over 5 artists personally, but that's just
That is a big
preference.
thing too. Yeah. Try to support the local artists, you know?
Also, I just was updating my local sheet here, so I just wanted to also use this point to say congratulations to Carter and Ghosty for their first ever RR award.
Oh,
Yo.
You
Oh,
have
well,
you have our
I got
award
it.
stats.
I
Here
do
we
have a
go.
little. I have a sheet that does keep a track of
Great job.
who's won
Let's
recently
go.
and stuff. Well, like all the previous winners.
I'm surprised it's Carter's first.
Yeah, I'm surprised with that as well. I guess he just kind of like got snubbed out in the logos previously.
I think that was because Bacon was in all the other years.
Yeah. Yeah, so the 4 other years we did logo, half of them were won by Bacon and the other half were won by Danny. So,
Yeah, that makes sense.
mm.
I'm seeing 2 different spellings of ghosting in the chat. Let's get it together, everyone.
You chose Siastone as the image? Wow.
Not just Size Stone.
Okay, fine. Siastone is Charlotte as well.
I gotta think in peaks and valleys already.
Jesus
We
Christ.
did it! Party at my place, everyone!
And then let's go into the next thing. So we're going into the montage category. So I have a montage for you question.
Ooh.
So what do you think is an underrated thing that you like to see in montage?
All right, I am a big fan of seeing all like the teammate interaction. I think you need the PvP, obviously. You need like to show them getting the things, but I like just seeing how they gelled together. I think it shows a better story throughout the whole montage. Because if you don't know like how they worked together, you're missing a lot of the context for the gameplay. You know?
Yeah, like why a
Yeah.
team lose first fight because they have just terrible synergy.
Yeah, right. I think that's big. Or if they're just have like a running joke the whole time, you want to be able to relive that. And when if you watch it happen live, and then you get to look back, you're like, oh yeah, that was a really good time. You know?
And stuff like that does help kind of flesh out the montages more, especially when you have instances where with montages when you're focused a lot to do with like the fighting and stuff, you can have instances where like you watch a bunch of early fights, then it gets near the end of the game, and now you just see a team that like hasn't appeared for like the other 20 minutes of the montage, and you're like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
So like having like those other like
You can
moments
put a
to
name
show
to
off. If you have- I'm not saying anything. If you have like other moments that you can show off early on, it doesn't kind of create that like jarring, like, oh, you suddenly just and we're now watching someone who you've just not seen at any single point in the montage.
Yeah, there's definitely like moments where like someone's game is never like a kill or like something super big, so like they're never worth putting in a montage for some full montage, but like if but they could still be involved and just not be included because they don't do something that's considered big enough.
Mm-hmm.
And then it looks like they show up at the end. But sometimes that's really what's happening.
Don't get me wrong, it is. But sometimes it can, montages should tell kind of the same story as if you watch the season. And sometimes it's not very representative to just kind of be like, oh, and then they show up like in the last 5 minutes of the montage after doing literally nothing. When oftentimes it's not the case.
For the people revolting, they need you to update the doc.
I don't have email access.
Oh,
Someone get email access to T-Firm.
I'll open it. I can open it because now it's pinned in there. And then I'll do that. Share. Confirm throw editor send. It's done.
Shared with me.
Don't worry,
Oh
people,
my
we're on it.
God.
We're on it. Back
Yeah.
to the topic of montages.
Yeah, anyone
I think
else?
you have to take length into account as well. I think the
Length,
perfect
you say?
I think the perfect length is I think you should probably aim for a minute and a half per player that played. Because that gets you to 30, 40, maybe 50. But some rounds barely even get that amount of players if you're doing a full like montage. Like most of the bigger recorded rounds get death montages in terms of player size. Like I know Universal gets a lot of death montage, and those I think go up to maybe 13 minutes. Right, Firm? You have a
Some of them
Universal
are like
guy.
I was gonna say most of them are around 13. I know some of the ones that have been made for the recent seasons have been like 20 or 30, but those were also like 60 to 80 players, so obviously a lot of
players, a lot
people
of
to
death.
cover. Wait, who got second and third for logo again? Sorry.
Second for logo was Ayrton, and third was Codway.
Okay, thanks. All right, back to discussion.
I mean,
Montages.
in terms of length, there's definitely like something nice to do there, but I do definitely think you can't go into a montage that's like and like not consider the version you're editing for, because I feel like the fights between 1.8 and like new combat needs to be edited differently.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that. I feel like there's definitely an issue with a lot of like the newer combat montages where they're edited in like too like slow of a manner. I feel like it's like definitely possible to make those types of fights like entertaining in editing, but some people just don't really do that, and so it makes the combat seem like way like slower paced and boring.
Yeah. Especially because I think in new combat rounds, people just get dropped a lot more often than they should be. So it's kind of hard to show that in an exciting way.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
But yeah,
Honestly, the thing I was gonna mention is honestly, I feel like there's a lot of fights in new combat rounds where it's just like two people like holding shield on each other and not like hitting each other at all. And I feel like it's important to like kind of like account for that when editing, like kind of just like work around it.
I think
Yeah.
you should include a bit of that because it kind of it kind of ups the intensity because you don't know who's gonna go first. You
It
know?
depends on the
Like a
situation.
standoff.
I
Yeah.
mean, it depends if they're like I don't know if they're like low, then like sure, but like
Yeah,
not if they're
yeah.
on like full each or something. That's
Oh,
kind
no,
of
no.
like the fight's like starting or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's also a part that's like it depends who it is. Like if like in the story of the montage, it's kind of just like someone that doesn't really understand the combat. It makes it kind of funny because they're just playing bad. But like if it's like two people trying to like just stall as much as possible to try to win or run away or something, then it's like not as interesting.
I'm picking
Rogar
up
is
what you're
saying
putting
that he
down.
thinks Michora's montage wasn't big enough, so
It should be
I'll
longer.
I'll make it longer next time.
Release the Majora cut.
Though there actually was well, I realized after I uploaded it, I cut off the ending, so it was an extra like 2 minutes. That would be the Majora cut.
Oh.
Yeah, I rendered that separately. I think I should link it in the description. But
You're gonna release it in 4.3, your original vision.
oh, for the teaser for this year thing that I did, that released that in 4.3 specifically because of that.
2 hours
2 hours
are
are
right.
right.
Yeah.
Next one, I'll aim for that.
Okay,
Great,
let's go for
what?
best montage.
I want. Can I mention something real quick?
Yeah.
I was gonna say I saw this mentioned in the chat earlier, and I think it's a good thing to consider. I think it was Brocklar that mentioned it, was saying like that montages should probably be like a top 10 category as well, just because there's like so many of them. And also, I think this year especially had a lot of good montages, and I think it's kind of obviously hard to pick which ones get like put into the awards. No clue if this year will be like a strong montage year or not, or if it'll be needed, but I think it's a good thing to consider for the future.
That's fair enough. To be fair
Yeah,
though,
there's a possible snub out there.
I think a lot of montage ends up like going people voting for like the best montage of that one montage maker.
I'll aim to win next year. I'll do a 2-hour one, and if I don't win, I'll riot.
Okay, let's see the 5 montage. So the nominees are Bolts and Shards from Advancement Season 3, Brockhar's Ambition Season 30 montage, Crow JRC's Nuclear Season 20, Greeples Phobia Season 23, and Smollett Child Agency Season 19. All good montage, all full montage. Because obviously
I
a death
agree.
montage wouldn't be nominated.
Of course, they're inferior, you know.
I think they were all
Oh.
these are all really good choices for montages.
Wait, are they tied? Oh.
Did you only just realize
you
there's a
only
tie
notice
now?
No,
Fucking
no,
reveal
no.
all 5.
No, third and fourth are tied.
Yep,
Coin
reveal
flip.
it.
Coin
Just
flip.
you just reveal all 5 at that point.
No, we'll just see which one is more 100.
I think the people want all 5.
Okay, this one is more 100, so it's third. So in third place, we got Crow JRC for Nuclear 20. Second place is Greeple's Phobia Season 23. And first place is Broccolier Ambition Season
Let's
30.
go! Woo! Party in the Ambition Discord! Let's fucking go! Get in here, Broccolier! Get in here!
That was
The
great.
Broccolier acceptance speech.
If Broccolier wants to do a winner's speech, he can. I'm just not the one adding him to Discord. Actually, could I do that without breaking anything?
You do have a phone.
No, I can do
Just
it
a-
like there.
Friendly reminder.
Oh, I'm technically showing ad. Technically showed people on my friend list, but like that doesn't matter.
Hello.
I got
Hello.
Broccolier speak.
Hello.
It appears my montage has 1.
Correct.
That's crazy. I went like I made 4 montages the past year, and I didn't think this one would be the one that would be nominated by everyone. Because it was the first one I made out of 4, and I think especially the criticism I heard about it was audio balancing and things like fading. And in my montage of the game after that, I work more around those things. So it's kind of crazy that that one was the one that ended up winning.
Yeah, I also did like your TGF one that you made.
Yeah, I made
Remember that
TGF
one.
and 2 deviation ones. My ambition one was the one that it's my longest one that I made. It's like I think 48 minutes. It's also the one that I spent the most time on. It's like I started the montage in the summer of 2023, and I didn't finish until 2024 because I took like a half a year break halfway through.
I know
So
the
it's,
feeling.
yeah, it's kind of crazy. And it's just now being awarded after working on it like for so long. I started it almost 2 years ago or 1.5 years ago.
Congratulations, man. I really enjoyed it. I did a
Thank
watch
you.
party with the Ambition people. And we all enjoyed it. It was
Yeah,
really
I
nice
remember
that
that.
that season got a montage because it was
Mm.
for a while going to be the last season.
Mm.
And I think, you know, a lot of people just enjoyed being able to watch it all play out from different perspectives because a lot of people don't have time to watch record rounds and jump between player from player. And I think montages are the only way to watch record rounds now, unless you highlight your POV or make a highlights of the season. Because there's some people who, like, hate to say it, don't get as many views or recognition as they should when they play, unless they get a lot of kills or anything like that. And I think in montage form, you're able to see these different players that you're not really tuned into for the most part. And I just want to say thank you for that.
Yeah, that was the thing. I watched every single POV and I wanted to include everything that would be entertaining to a viewer, like someone finding say a bunch of diamond armor, getting full diamond, getting pots, going to nether. And I included like every interaction with a player before meetup. I think there was like 6 times people PvP'd before the first person actually got a kill, which was kind of insane. And so yeah, I just wanted to focus on small moments that happen in someone's game for like a big amount of the players that would otherwise just be forgotten. But yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Well, thanks for joining. We're gonna move on to the next category.
All right.
You just removed the meeting.
That's fucked
Are you
up.
Just kick them out. Literally, it's like playing
That's
playing the
crazy.
music while they're doing their speech.
Please wrap
Just-
it up.
Yeah,
Okay,
Wrap it up.
that was good though.
Best
I
montage, best moment. We're going to best moment. So the question here is, what do you think makes a best moment worthy of winning?
If I can belly laugh while watching it.
I think that's a big part. Like,
Yeah.
there's like 2 different ways you go about this, like an epic fight or something, or something hilarious.
Or wouldn't that be
that
best
you wouldn't
fight?
expect it. Oh, that's true. Well, that's a good point. Best fight and best moment. They both work hand in hand,
Well,
right?
a fight can be a moment if it's like 2 seconds long.
Yeah, right. If you just suddenly land on someone and like one hit them, that's a moment. That's not a fight.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll have more to say about that when we get to the best fight.
Totally not alluding to anything else.
No.
Yeah, I think like a really funny moment.
Yeah, I
I
think
think-
there's also
yeah.
an aspect, like, even if they're like funny, if it's the best moment that's been happening every year, is it really that good at that point?
I also think
Ooh.
a best moment doesn't have to be funny in the moment, but as a viewer, it's really funny.
Yeah.
And I think the Wilson Kong, the one where he runs into the forest and starts hitting his desk really hard,
The crash out of all
It's like-
time.
is like the
Yeah.
best like singular like UAT moment of all time because it's him raging and his teammate doesn't know what to say, and it's just like why are you so mad?
Pigs,
It is
free
beautiful.
pigs.
I think those have a lot more potential for best moments.
Yeah.
A crash out.
I do feel like the minecarts are overplayed in best moments. They've showed up in like the nominations like for the last like 4 or 5 years. Like the minecarts starting to be overused, where like they lost like a part of like what makes them funny. Even if the moment is still fun, it's like doesn't feel as special.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, you want the moment to be sort of unique in comparison to previous clips that you've seen. You know.
I mean, I'll go into the moments that are nominated in a second, but I have to mention that there are like three of the moments have like somewhat related dripstone moments.
Is this the
Big-
dripstone year?
It's a big year for Redstone.
Like the only one that's a stretch is the one where Camcard digs straight down and dies, because technically he would have died of the fall anyway, but where he fell was a dripstone cave. So
It's 2.5.
yeah, 2.5. That's 50%.
It's true. It is 50%.
Okay, let's go into the best moments. So the best moment, we have KSP in the Dripstone Cave from Peaks and Valleys Season 12. I'll explain the moments for the people that haven't watched them. This one is KSP running in the Dripstone Cave and clutching up a fight against Chaining and then dying on the Dripstone because skill issue.
It wasn't
He's
even,
too
yeah,
excited.
it wasn't even a fall as well. It was really just like jumping on a
Yeah.
dripstone.
Yep. Half a heart of damage.
Then Camcards never dig straight down from Periodic 7, where Camcard digs straight down and jump and dies. That's breaking the #1 rule of Minecraft.
I think the funnier part is that it wasn't just Camcard, it was another teammate that will not be mentioned.
Who just decided to follow them
They
down.
died in the same 2x1.
Next
It's always-
moment, Ravine Chaos from Identification Season 8, where it is the game where Herm gets way too many protections for Book and tanks a full team after him in a cave fight and somehow lives.
We gotta talk about this moment. Farm, did you know you were playing with a cheater?
Someone cheated?
Time. My teammate might not have been clicking his mouse, but it's okay.
Okay, that's
Just bring that up real
crazy. That's a crazy reveal.
Does that affect the moment?
It's still a good moment. I mean,
Yeah.
Well, is it
here we
even
go.
a moment? Is it even a moment? You could argue like it. The moment
That
is a little
elevates it, I'd say.
long. Could it be a fight instead?
I mean, I think there's definitely a lot of like, kind of like overlap between best moment and best fight. Which,
Mhm.
like, honestly, I'll get to a hot take I have about best fight when we get to best fight.
Okay.
But
Next
yeah.
moment, we got the slime incident in Impulse, where Bobby's team decides to fight full slime in a swamp, and it does not go well.
Let's just talk about Z-Sen's broken ass game mode for a second. Like, what was he thinking? That's all I want to say. I'll save it for later, for when Z-Sen gets here, if he ever gets here.
And the last moment is Ride a Roller Coaster from Jambo Season 1, where Spaghetti places a dripstone above a roller coaster and gets Shark Bob to go under it, and somehow Shark Bob is a murderer and he dies.
It was a good moment too.
I feel like what makes it that moment as good is just the fact that Shark Bob is a murderer, so like it advances the game.
Yeah,
It ends the game, right?
important.
That's the last kill.
Yeah, that was the last murder.
It's a great way to end it. That's for sure.
It didn't end the game though.
It didn't
'cause
end
there was
it because
still the
Channing was
undercover
left as a
cop.
cop, but that was the
Oh.
last murderer. So let's go into the top 3. Number 3 is Ravine Chaos from Identification Season 8. Number 2 is the Slime Incident from Impulse Season 7.
Fuck, we lost.
And number 1 is Ride a Roller Coaster from Jambo Season 1.
Oh,
Let's go.
nice. Oh, I got it. One sec. There you go.
Let's go. Thank you, Spaghetti.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Spaghetti. Jambo is in the awards.
That was very fun. It was. I liked that moment. It was great. Because I think traps are also really cool, and that was just a trap, you know.
Yeah, and it comes with a bomb. Let's switch into the best fight. And the question is pretty similar to the best moment. What makes a best fight?
More than 5 seconds.
I think there has to
I
be a back
agree.
and forth, honestly. if it's super one-sided, that's not interesting.
But people,
if
there's a decent amount of nomination for no, if you want to come do a speech, I can add you. But speaking of best fight, there's like a decent amount of best fight that were nominated. Like, I don't know if there was one that made it in this, but like a lot of them were like people just destroying someone.
Isn't that just the best combo at that point? Then it's not really much of a fight.
But what if the person that wins the fight is undergeared?
That's cool, I guess.
You'd still tune into a Mike Tyson fight,
That's a
even
good
if you won in
point.
30 seconds.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I have a few
Alternatively,
things I want to say about this category as well. I know in probably the past and also definitely now, there tends to be fights that get nominated that are like barely a fight, I'd say. Like it's like kind of like a 10-minute long, like, you know, like fighting, not fighting, like on and off sort of thing.
Like looks good in the montage, but like
Yeah,
as
when
of-
it's edited down,
Yeah.
it's edited down, it looks good. But the raw, like actual clips of the fight,
it's long.
yeah. Honestly, I was gonna say, Bobby, our fight in the Jambo season, I was surprised got nominated because it definitely felt like sort of like an on and off thing, where it would look better in a montage, but like
I
kind of
was-
just was like,
One day we can see it like that, maybe.
Yeah, one day. Well, I think I think a part of
Yeah,
that
don't-
is people
yeah,
look at
finish
the
the
outcome of the
montage.
fight.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
was like just before this because obviously I don't pay attention to much round stuff nowadays. I was checking out like the nominees, And that one kind of did surprise me a bit because I was watching it and a lot of the time it was just kind of like it felt very slow. It did surprise me that it got nominated because a lot of it, not a whole lot happens.
Yeah.
I think it's just Bobby gaslighting, and that's what people enjoy.
Yeah, I'll talk about it. It feels like with Jambo, for that part, there's always going to be a moment in the season where the tides finally turn. And I guess in that, it was like the culmination of all of the lying I had done to where it had just come down to it's either me or it's either Firm, and the other two guys had to pick a side, and they ended up choosing my side. So I guess that kind of like changes it a little in terms of the fight category. It's like you have to watch before as well to fully understand why the fight ended up like that, to where it's me and Firm begging the other two to help us.
I feel like in that case as well, it sounds like a really cool moment. Like
Mhm.
the best quality of the fight isn't the fight itself.
It's the
It's like
lore.
it's the context and like the kind of like the positions everyone's established in, which would make it a much better moment than a fight.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
what
then
you're
at that point,
saying,
you're looking
Bobby,
like
you
four
better not win
episodes.
this.
We'll see. We'll see. I think there's a K fight that may come up and win this. All I'm gonna say.
No.
So let's go into
No.
it.
Wait, I was saying, can I say something first?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think best fight also tends to have the most issue as a category with people only nominate their own stuff rather than like because it's kind of hard to look as
Yeah,
like,
it
at
requires a lot more
collective
knowledge than
year.
just watching through all the intros.
Yeah. And also a good amount of the best fights this year are also more so just moments that happened in the fights rather than like the fight itself. I think it's like a hard category to keep going.
I do agree because like
nowadays.
one is like gaslighting, the other one is a wither that spawns. This one is a bit of trolling. That one is literally just because Jampo John got a kill. And
I
then
think that's important too. You know, I think best fight and someone not expected to win. I think that's a cool part too. You know.
yeah, that's fair enough. Let's go into the nominees. So first one is Bobby versus Furman Jambo Season 2. Second one is my team versus Immortals team in Advancement 6, where I spawn a Wither mid-fight. Pretty great, no bias.
Yep.
Next fight is the Fleb team versus the Bobby team versus the Jinko team in Ambition 32, which is pretty much the ending of the season. Next fight is the Jampo John fight versus Vinyl. Yeah. And the last fight is Club and Crow versus Kaden and Peak Stand, which is the ending of that season.
I hate to point out like the mistake, like just the slip of the tongue, but I think it's really funny that you went into like RR intro mode, like autopilot, like you're introducing the teams.
Yeah, I mean they're technically teams most of the time. It's just I put one
It's true.
player because otherwise it's like way too big.
Mm.
So let's go into the top 3. At third place goes for Bobby versus Firm in Jambo Season 2.
We lost, Bobby. We lost.
Devastating.
Second place is myself versus Immortal in Advancement 6.
Oh.
Oh shit! Oh fuck!
And first place goes to Fleb, Bobby, and Jinko in Ambition 32.
Ooh.
Let's
Ooh.
go.
Oh, nicely done.
Looks like Mad Mary pulled through for us, guys.
Oh my god.
I didn't
Thank you,
expect
Mad
this
Mary.
one to win this category. I really thought the cave fight was gonna take it.
Yeah, I think all the fights on here were very fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to tell. Like it depends what you want, like a close bow fight, or you want like a good fight where there's some melee.
Different strokes for different folks, you know.
Yeah.
And I think this year covered a lot of bases for entertaining fights.
Mhm. I think it helped that it was the final fight of the season. It was a 3-way fight, and it was proc chat with a bunch of friends who all really wanted to win as well.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it was like episode 8.5. God. Um, and of course, James is gonna come out on top. James is gonna be the best UAT player of all time, next to Perkdan and myself. But yeah, I'm happy that that won. Thank you, everyone. I love you all.
Okay, let's go into the next category. Best perspective. So let's go into this. So what do you guys like in highlighted perspectives? Especially hinting more at the ones that we've seen this year. There was a good decent amount of highlighted perspective that showed up. What do you want to see in a highlighted perspective, pretty much?
I'm looking for good commentary. Honestly, that's the big part. Like I get, you want to have good gameplay and stuff, but like if it's not interesting, just to like hear it going on. Like if I can have it in like the background doing something else, I think that's really
Like if it
important.
skips to the fights.
Yeah, that's cool too. But that personally, I look for the personality and the commentary rather than the gameplay.
Yeah, say I think
agree with that.
I think it's important overall to like have like kind of just a nice like flow of things. Like basically have the editing make the POV condensable into like the watchable product that it is. Because obviously, like most people don't sit down and watch like full RR perspectives, but people sit down and watch highlights because they're like nicely
Mhm.
edited down.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a mini montage in a way, just for that player. If you're able to tell from start to finish how they ended up winning or losing the season, I think you did a good job.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely. I think I've seen a lot of POVs like highlights that just kind of just skips to like their fights and like treat like the arcade game as not important. That's definitely a shame because you kind of just jump into like, oh, it doesn't matter. This is the gear I have, and that's what I do. So I definitely think there's like a good aspect into like including a bit of your commentary and caving and like what was fun about your team there.
Yeah, it's like watching like an old SMP YouTuber and it's like, oh, I just did a bit of mining off screen and they have like full diamonds and everything, It's like you're missing a lot of stuff, right?
Average will highlights.
Okay. Anyone else has something to add?
No, really, no.
Okay, let's go into the best perspective. So, 4 out of 5 perspectives that were nominated this year were highlighted. And the one that's not highlighted just got nominated because that person is just above everyone else, I guess. So, the perspectives we have is Ben IDK Subspace 7, a nice little highlight where he gets way too many kills.
It should have been me.
Here we go.
Then we have Bobby the Turtle Jambo Season 2, which is an highlighted perspective of the story of the cop. Then Cold Bacon Jambo Season 3, which is another highlighted perspective, and that story is the Herobrine story of betrayal and not winning. Next perspective is Kelasum TGF 14, where it's not even highlighted, but Kelasum is just above everyone else. And the last one is the Club Peaks and Valleys Season 10, where he clubbed people and won.
Get clobbed.
Is that like
Gets
his
clubbed.
catchphrase?
It is now.
Must be.
Yeah, they're all good perspectives. Let's go into the third place, which is third place is Kelasum TGF Season 14.
My glorious king. No.
Glorious King Awesome.
No win for Kelasum this year. Second place is Jambo Season 3 from Cold Bacon.
The tease, that was great.
And first place goes to Jambo Season 2 from Bobby.
Let's
You
go.
did it! You did it!
That's the Nutty Monster vote.
There's no point for Warner's speech. Bobby's just winning everything.
I
That's 2 in a
loved
row,
this
yeah.
season. This was awesome.
It
Before
is.
Ambition 34, this was like the most fun I had a record on recently. But like, dude, that day I played Jambo. I say it at the start of the video. It's like I just came off a 7-hour Minecraft Survivor session. So like I've been on the computer for at least 7 hours, took a little break, came back, and played another Survivor season, basically. Because it was just so much. And then to get the role that I got, the undercover cop, well, I want to say, did you rig it? Because
No.
that's what I put on the application. I said the role I want the most is the undercover cop.
There's no role that's like, it's full random, and like you can see it's full random because you've been screwed over in the most recent season.
Yeah, but being able to just play it like Survivor, because I don't trust myself in these new combat recorder rounds. I can't do anything. I'm not the greatest. But it was so fun going around and just lying to people. I may be a psychopath. And like setting myself up to win. And like to this day, I think I could have won if Lex didn't TP me away like that. Because it was so close at the end. And I'm happy I was able to like show the progression, like show my thought process. Because in most UHCs, you don't have to think to win the game. You just gotta be ready to fight and run when you have to, and show up to meet up 40 minutes late.
I think there's also
But
something like
that's
that works
important, that's
really
important.
well with like the Jambo game mode in terms of making it into an highlight POV. Because Colin's highlighted perspective of the Jambo 3 is also second place. So it kind of shows that like the game mode works really well with like a highlight perspective.
Mhm.
Okay,
And I also killed T for a minute.
so
True.
let's go into the best game mode. What was it? What did I put there? Is there anything you think is underrated, or then it's not done enough with some types of game modes, or maybe something that's overdone
Overdone.
or underdone in terms of game modes?
I wouldn't. Maybe like terrain altering game modes. I feel like there's a lot of terrain game modes that just kind of take away from the season because you have some fucked up terrain going on.
Terrain is such a difficult thing to do because like I
Mhm.
like custom terrain stuff because it kind of gives like a visual identity to the season itself,
Yeah.
which makes it easier to like pick out and makes it more memorable. But on the other hand, there are so many dog shit terrains out there that
City
do
World.
that do nothing but make the season like just worse in every way. Like when we did Radiophobia, I wanted to do City World, but I was like, fuck using like the City World that we've used for years because that shit is so annoying.
It's so bad.
Look for something different, and it was way better.
I would
It
sleep
just-
well at night if City World, the base City World was deleted.
Yeah, me too.
Gotta
Don't
like
do it anymore.
gotta like rebuild it like from the ground up, like a new City World where it's actually fun to play.
Lost Cities is right
God.
there, man.
I don't-
Lost
That
Cities
wacky
is so
world, that
good.
wacky
I don't
World
think Lost
sucks.
Cities fixes everything,
Oh.
but there's definitely a lot of good about it.
The fact that Lost Cities alone just uses normal caves is like infinitely like already like so much better.
Yeah, that's a good part of it. I also think like it's more open, like in the Phobia season, like there was like still open terrain despite having a lot of cities.
Yeah, plus like the bits that are outside of cities aren't like the densest
Yeah.
forest and biggest hills that you've seen in your
The biggest
life.
problem is probably like it's a lot harder with like a lot of spawners and stuff.
True, yeah.
And the diamond blocks.
Yeah, I had to get rid of those. And maybe we shouldn't have been okay with Cold Bacon getting a Prop 4 Diamond Chestplate in episode 1. But
Some things need to happen though.
Colin needs the buff. He
Yeah.
historically does not do well in recorded rounds.
There's a new version of City World.
I don't think it's much different. I think like it's the same for the most part. I think it's just like different like blocks for the buildings.
Okay. Yeah, that wouldn't fix it for me if it's just that.
Yeah. I know it also got mentioned, but it kind of didn't really get covered. I think another one we can delete is Wacky World.
I can't believe Colin tricked me into playing Wacky World. I'm so mad.
I mean,
I hate Wacky
is
World.
people's biggest problem with Wacky World just you have too many types of blocks, so it clutters your inventory?
Yeah, it's a nightmare. It's just 16 random ass blocks just getting shoved into your inventory. Whatever you want to do.
But you could just edit the game mode so like in the same way the servers is like the third party stones turn into like stone. Like all the color blocks turn into one color block. So you only pick up terracotta instead of picking up colored terracotta.
I think I've always said this. Like, yeah, if you mine terracotta, it gives you basic terracotta, and then if you place it, it becomes a random colored terracotta.
Yeah, that could be cool. I had a geology game mode idea that I ended up never doing and probably never gonna do it, where it was like Wacky World. And then every mob had a minecart on their head, so you would be able to ride everything.
Like
fantastic.
what?
And then bats would spawn on surface with minecarts on their head, and you could just ride those and fly with those.
That's great. Oh my god. Every round should have that. Just
Will
think of
never
flying
exist.
into meetup like that, you know?
Okay, let's go into the best game modes that were nominated. We have Airstrikes from Periodic Live Season 1. That will be the only mention of a live round.
Yeah, weird that this live round got nominated, but not Language Live last year.
It's because I
Something's
got
up.
a clip where I put TNT on Noctime and he blew up. Next, we have Jambo from Jambo.
Whoa.
Whoa, what?
And then Subspace from
Let's
Subspace.
go.
Oh my god.
Then we got Supermarket from Ambition, 33. And the last game mode is Yapper Siren from Identification Season 10. Which game mode will win?
Yes.
Third
Yes, indeed.
place, Subspace from Subspace.
What?
Second place, Supermarket from Ambition.
That's funny.
And first place, Jambo from Jambo.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Jambo.
Jambo.
Jambo. Jambo is just a good game mode. I mean, this is something I had an idea for like a while, and after playing Translation, where we tried like a similar game mode that was done from the like French community, I was like, I need to make my own version that works well with how UHCs are placed in this community, because that had a lot of potential. And I think the seasons prove that like can give some really fun seasons and unique scenarios, and like it changes how UHC's played, and that's a big thing for like people. Like UHC's pretty old, so like having like a round that like gives you a different way to play UHC, I think that's something people are looking for.
Oh, for sure.
That is really important. Yeah, getting the variety at this point in UHC's lifespan, you know?
Yeah, that is like one of the reasons why I do like always switching around between 1.8 and 121, because like I personally enjoy both PvPs, and just if I was like only playing with one PvPs, I feel like I'd get a lot more tired of UHC as a whole.
Yeah, no, I think the Jambo is very, very creative and always results in something interesting to watch. But I will say, Supermarket is really funny. Supermarket was really, really funny.
Yeah, the only
It
thing
took us.
the only thing I'd put against Supermarket is the perspective of like the players that are being picked is maybe not the best.
Yeah, you gotta think about it like Toy Story though. Like you're on the shelf, you're waiting for someone to pick you.
Oh yeah, no, that's like very good immersion, but like also you don't see anything for like the whole time. And it was a bit of a
Supermarket
shame
was an
that it was
idea.
a bit broken, but
It worked the night before. but- God, it was so crazy when it broke out of
it worked
nowhere.
out. It worked out.
And then everyone got in their minecart. It was awesome. We built the entire Walmart in like a week. We went through a bunch of different designs for it. We eventually ended up using a script, and then we had to do it on our own server. So I had to get everyone on an hour before, do the supermarket, and then transfer everyone to the Arctic server. It was just a lot at the
Jesus.
day.
Okay, let's go into the next category, which is the most surprising players. And the question is simple. When do you think the 4,000 day gap will be broken?
Oh no. Who's even capable of it? Is it just WMC?
Right now, 4,000
GGMC.
Well, like,
Oh no.
like TMB just got it, and they started in like 2014, and they got like 3,800 something. So like, yeah, that would be like on like the 2014 rounds are like maybe half a year or something from like being able to reach length of those gaps.
Yeah, I was looking. Ambition has been capable of doing it for only a month. Like it's only been 1 month since 4,000 days.
Yeah, but who's someone that played season 1 but hasn't played since? That's the problem, you know?
Schlettner.
Yeah, shout out Schlutner.
I mean, there is a real question of like, can it be reached? I mean, I feel like if like, what would be the most likely round to reach it again? I have no idea, but I wouldn't be surprised if TMB is able to pull another run.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
They have like 40 seasons, so I think there's definitely a number on their favor. But after that, there's also like stuff like WMC could do it, but WMC would also need to do a season.
True.
That's important.
It's
Yeah.
real. So real.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, just
see,
checking.
Colin has plans. Colin has plans. It's happening.
Oh, it's true. Yeah, I mean, he did play WMC, so in theory, he could play TTE, and that would be a 4K. I think TTE is currently the youngest, quote unquote, youngest round that can get a 4,000, because R1 for Phobia is like still like 2 months under.
Okay, let's go into the nominees. I mean, it's a pretty small and simple category. Well, a little interesting thing is I'm gonna give the people's last round played before they showed up to these rounds. So first, we have Alolan James returning at campaign season 15. His last campaign season was season 4, which he played in September of 2017, and the last round he played overall was at Alphabetrum season 1 in December of 2017. So that is a pretty big gap. But is there bigger? Well, our second gap is Endbound or Naughty Monster, which is a gap from Ambition season 11 in November of 2015. Now, after that, we have Blinded Gamer. Let me type the IGN, and the gap comes from Ambition season 16 from January of 2017. Pretty big.
Very big.
Then we got Herolan. That one gap is not as big because technically he played UHC 10. But before that was WMC 23 in October 2017. And finally played his first Phobia seasons.
Ooh.
But I think a big thing about that one is that he was in the Phobia Discord for a while.
Yes.
Do you have an idea of the season? Or...
Oh, Oh, you'd have to ask Mark that. I think it's like I think it was like a 6 or a 7, if I remember correctly.
That's wild.
Back in the Skype days.
Probably, yeah. No, definitely, actually.
And the last one is Luke KGG, or also known as Luke Gregory 999 from put up in for 2DN 25, and his last season was 2DN 19 in May 2019. That's it for the gaps.
Big gaps.
Did people vote for the most impressive one, or just the one they never expected? Who knows? But third place goes to Blinded Gamer Ambition 32. Second place is Carolyn and Phobia 25. And first place goes to Antbound or Naughty Monster for an Ambition Season 33.
We love to see it.
Right on.
I was very sure
yes.
this was taking the win.
It took us so long to find him.
Yeah, he just it was really cool. I was doing my live streams of all the intros and he just showed up. I'm like, well, no way, that's crazy. Just reappearing into the community, really cool.
Always cool seeing
We-
people reappear.
We had contact with him. I say we. Merc had contact with him around when Merc first got added to Ambition, so season 21. So 6 years ago. And then Merc, like his Discord account either got hacked or he just lost access to it. So we didn't have his Discord for so long. And one day someone found him on the Arctic server playing. And we were like, there's no way this is him. We asked him, like, is that, are you nutty? He's like, yeah, that's me. What's up? And we immediately sent him the Discord invite. We couldn't lose him again. And then he was in the Discord for season 32, but he couldn't play. And then I asked him when he could make season 33, and I put on a day he could make.
That's a very fairy tale story though. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it is crazy to just see someone reappear like that randomly on Arctic. We only have 2 categories left.
Ooh.
Best intros and best season. And for best intros, we're going with a controversial question. What's your opinion on Introless? Does that make like a round not worth as Introless, or
I think
is it okay?
I think rounds need intros if they're, I don't know. I think that's an important part of the round as a whole, is having an intro.
Yeah, I mean, I think I definitely have a lot I can say about this as the person who organizes one of like the main introless rounds. I think for most rounds, it definitely is necessary to have an intro. I think in my special circumstance, I organize a round that like specifically revolves around like it constantly happening, and it's the people, or a good chunk of the people in it aren't really in like, I guess, the RR community, you could say. So I think it makes sense to not have intros, and I think most people have agreed that it's like fine for like this like one sort of round to not be that way. But I think the general consensus is intros are needed to like make things memorable.
Yeah. Well, I think what helps with like the case of Universal is like it's all other means to make it like memorable and for like you to pay attention to it like after the fact. For a lot of rounds they don't have that. So like without the intro, it just kind of becomes a UHC. They just gets lost in the wind.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
it's
definitely
just
is a
another
lot of
public game.
rounds. So like if you don't have an intro, you definitely take a lot of risk of like not being remembered. Like I do a lot of stats and I do like a lot of compiling of intros, and the rounds I always forget are the rounds I don't have an intro because I can't like put an image in my head of what that was. So there definitely is an impact there. I don't exactly think that like introless is wrong, but like it's not a choice that I would take if I wanted if I wanted my round to like be looked back later and seeing like going back to it, like you can't really look back on it as well. And like sometimes it's fun to like just rewatch an intro and you're like, that was that season, and like a montage also can kind of replace that, but like a montage is always going to be a lot longer than an intro. Just going back and like, I think like the intro comps are pretty cool because you can just go back and watch all the intros, and it's 10 minutes, and like for most rounds, like we can go for like 20-30 minutes when you have like 40 seasons like TMB, but like otherwise like it's like not that long to watch, and it gives a good reminder of the history of the round. So I think that's some value to have.
I'm definitely with you on the part of like in terms of like stats. I know you mentioned I do often when like compiling like stats stuff for like whatever, I do often forget like I honestly use the light intro playlist to like if I like need to like remember things, like see
I
what's
do use
happened.
that too.
Yeah, I was gonna say I use that playlist, and obviously, you know, if there's not an intro, it won't be in the playlist. Like I'm probably like in the exception for this. I can usually remember like when Universal seasons happen
I
just
mean,
because
you're
it's
the
my
organizer.
round. And I would say I'm also like used to that being introless, but for rounds that randomly just like decide to start doing intro lists and I'm like not used to it, or like you like see it in a playlist before and you won't remember it's not there anymore. It's like,
Or like they have a
oh,
random season.
it's just like, oh, what happened?
Like that random battle scene season that doesn't have an intro. That's one like that threw me away because I'm
That
like,
was painful. Yeah.
because it's like right after battle scene season, so you don't expect one to be straight after.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Anything else to add?
I don't have much to say now.
Nothing else.
Is Bobby dead?
I'm here.
Probably-
I just
Okay.
intros aren't really my forte, but I will say some introless rounds are probably better than intros or seasons that have rounds. It's just that they're not going to be remembered because you can't put a song
Or an image,
or
yeah.
like an editing style to it, other than the fact that it was played and uploaded.
Okay, so for best intros, I think we're gonna do top 5.
Yeah, that sounds right.
What color should I do on the dot for 4th and 5th?
Purple and green.
Let's
Purple and
have
green.
let's have chat. What do you want 4th and 5 to be?
I think purple and green's pretty good.
What about brown and light gray?
Brown is already 3rd though.
Chad
Oh.
agrees. Purple and green.
No bias there.
Right.
Many such cases, purple and green.
Okay, I need to figure out the top 5 because I did not figure it out before. That one, it's that one, and that one.
Red. Oh, that's a hot take.
Okay. So the nominees are Peaks and Valleys 10 by Cold Bacon, 2DN24 by Cold Bacon, Amore 2024 by Djo, Impulse 8 by Djo, Campaign 16 by Evan, Legacy 1 by Nolan and Evan, Ambition 32 by Fensua, Zoinks 4 by Klika, Zoinks 5 by Klika, and Yuichi Prime 4 by Piggetti. So 2, 3, 4, 5. So in 5th place, it's Campaign 16 by Evan. In 4th, Legacy Season 1. 3rd place goes to 2DN24 by Cold Bacon. 2nd place goes to Impulse Season 8 by Djo. And best intro of the year goes to Amore 2024 by Djo.
Ooh.
Dijo taking the first 2 spot of the intros of the year.
I think, like we were talking about earlier, with renders and intro working together, and you guys mentioned that Joe puts them together all himself. I think that's a perfect example of that. Having a vision of what you want the intro to be, so you get to make the renders look exactly how you want for that intro.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a thing. Like, I do my own renders, and I don't do that because skill issue on my part, really. But it is really smart to just have an idea of what you want to do to renders, and like, because in some intros, like if I go for like a real, like I think a good example is like the subspace renders are really big and they're really specific, where like a lot of regular normal R intros can't do them justice.
Yeah.
But if you were the intro maker, you'd be able to plan around that, and that person having a really insane pose that like only work 99% of the time will work in that one because you know what you want to do with it.
Oh yeah.
And that's like
It's
the
like
big thing with renders.
The Joe and Dieter team has a great render combination. Stone and Spongy looks great together. It's like stuff
DJ
like
wants
that, like,
his winner's speech.
oh yeah.
Get him in here.
I will have to say, there is a fall-off between more 2024 and 2025. We don't talk about it.
What?
I mean, yeah.
We don't know 2025 exists yet. We're still in
Yeah,
2024.
yeah. 2025 isn't real.
Welcome.
Oh, thank you all for having me so much. Really appreciate all the support. I just wanted to say, ever since I was a little boy and saw the iPhone intro by Kanako, I knew I wanted to do better and really stand out. You know, this is for you, Kanako. I made a good intro.
Where's
Congratulations.
the car crash sound effect?
Yeah.
Get him off the stage.
All right, thanks, bye.
Where's gone?
That was one of the worst speeches ever.
I thought that was a beautiful speech. I don't know
I
about
liked
you.
it personally. I liked it.
Let's go back there. Thank you, DJ. You won first and second place. That's crazy.
That is impressive.
Let's go into the one and only best season of the year.
Exciting.
What do you need for a best season contender?
I think you need a bit of everything, honestly. From like all of these, you need a good intro, you need good moments, you need good fights, good game mode. Basically everything all put together. Having a surprising player in there is always a fun part too, right? Everything all put together combines to make the best season of the year.
Oh, really? Okay. Personally, I never really thought about considering the production into the season itself. But that's a fair point, honestly.
I mean, okay. I mean, I definitely think that the production and I think all those elements can make aspects of the season or like the season as a whole more like memorable. But I've always looked at this category as sort of like mainly just like things that happen like in the game. I mean, like moments like are included in that obviously, but I think I mainly just consider like the gameplay in terms of season.
You gotta trust that the people that played the season don't have a lot to say in the chat after they die or before they die as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you like get to the end of the season and then like you check the Discord and it's like 50+ messages, it's like, oh no.
Yeah, there's definitely a thing where like in terms of best season, doing the year that just happened is kind of rough because for a lot of people like they rely mostly on montage. So a lot of seasons are more likely to show up as best season are seasons that have good montage to show them off.
Yeah.
And the other ones will be whatever group nominates the most.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Because like best season moments and best fights always all have the same things where the options are a lot less obvious and every single round could have a shot. You just don't know which ones have it, so you're just gonna gravitate towards what you know and what your friends tell you to know. So there's definitely an element where the montage is a big boost, and a lot of people don't know exactly what makes a good season.
Yeah, just word of mouth as well helps, especially keep the season alive even after it's been uploaded.
Yeah,
Because some seasons say they drop their intro, they drop their episodes, and then they drop
People
their next
forget.
intro, and then they drop their next episodes, and it's just a same cycle.
yeah.
But
There's
you
definitely
sprinkle out
something with
some
that.
other stuff to keep it up as well.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I do think around that would release a season every month is more likely to just be in a fog in terms of a year because you gotta remember 12 seasons instead of remembering 2 or 3.
Hmm.
I don't know if anyone else has anything to add in terms of that.
I
Not
don't think I got
particularly.
anything else.
Well, I do. Well, not really like a thing to add, but like more of a something I kind of realized is in terms of best season, I think a lot of more people got tired of like best season being the really long bullfight that ends up being really close. I think that used to be a lot of top contenders for best POVs, and I think a lot of those that happens now. People are kind of tired of it.
The meta's finally shifting.
I think there's a thing where it happens so much that it's like now when they happen, it's like it's cool, but it always happens, and even if it's close, it's like there's a lot of close season, and the really long bow battles also means that usually they also go to like episode 8 or 9.
Yeah. I mean, how many times did you see the bunny be pulled out of the hat before you stopped getting amused by it as well?
True.
That's a great analogy.
Like I've definitely like this with the season this year, like I've definitely feel like it's the season that has the least like very like long bow battle that are like very close. And instead there are a lot of seasons that are voted for the best moment. Or like because they have goofy game modes or like they have like someone that like just dominated the season in a way where like made them entertaining to watch. Well,
Yeah, I mean,
go
it's
ahead.
kind of the question of the day I asked, like, what makes it good? Like, do you want to see the winner go through the trials and tribulations you would see of, you know, they were at the bottom, they came to the top, they ended up winning? Or do you want to see someone just completely dominate and just steamroll the competition? Or would you rather see someone rat it up and show up to meet up 40 minutes late? There's a
I like
lot that
that
can
one the
go
most.
into there's a lot that can go into changing a season because you could have the best season and then all of a sudden here's this team with 20 gaps each because they forgot it was meetup, and then down the drain you go.
Yeah, final fights and stuff definitely kind of like they shouldn't like decide how the seasons are remembered, but they often do. Like you could have like crazy shit happen before meetup, but if meetup is like one team getting like just like killing like a third of the game and then winning, people are just like, uh it was an okay season. Just everything before episode 5 or 6 just doesn't matter anymore.
We
Yeah,
gotta bring
that's a
back
lot
no
too.
winner POVs.
We don't.
Do we? Yeah,
do.
for do we?
We don't have to. I mean, there's
I
only
think-
only one round that was foolish enough to do that this year. So
I
think,
miss
yeah,
the
having-
old like angry D from raging at no winner POVs.
I think if a season has action as well, before meetup, because not a lot of seasons have that action anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Where if you're just someone who is gonna click on a POV and skip through to see where the kill board's at, you're not gonna get a lot of enjoyment watching, episode 2 and 3 of most recorded rounds.
So
But
in terms of like early PvP, like I know like that's like a thing. A lot of people are like the season to be good needs a lot of early PvP, but personally, I'm not gonna watch it. If I watch a season, it's most likely not gonna be a round. It's not more likely gonna be in montage. So I don't really care if there's no fight for the first 4 episodes if all the fights are good. What I do like though with early PvP is sometimes it offers like different types of fights in different situations, because it's not going to be like 2 full team fights. It's going to be maybe someone being chased and trying to run back to their team, and they could turn it around, which is something that wouldn't happen if it's at meetup. Or same thing with a cave fight that wouldn't happen at meetup. So when those types of fight happen early on, I feel like it definitely gives a different like type of fight that you wouldn't see at meetup, and that's where it gains. But like if it's like a lot of episode 2 fighting, but it's because of a game mode that makes everyone on surface and they just have the exact same fight that you would have at meetup, then I don't think it
Yeah.
adds to it. It's just meetup is earlier.
I think an example is, I know this is gonna be an old one, but the Minecraft 13 season, where there was the team fights episode 1, and then episode 2, then episode 3, and then they had a really good fight later on. There's just something always in every episode, which of course you have no control over, while while you're
I mean,
planning the
it's
season.
just
But as a
RNG.
player, you have control over like getting up and fighting, logging in and out of the server to find someone, doing a game mode that allows you or that forces you to be on the surface as well. That can be something. Calling meetup earlier, Yapper Siren as well. Just anything that promotes more player on player interaction can elevate your season by a lot. So yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
for sure,
think
for sure.
we're good on best season. No one else has something to add, or
I think I'm good.
okay, let's go into the nominees. So we have Ambition 32, Evolution 31, Geology 17, Jambo Season 2, Jambo Season 3, Mythical Season 12, Peace and Valley Season 10, Phobia 25, and TGFS 14. That's all the seasons.
And I think
All
you
10
missed
that
one.
came last
I was
year.
gonna say, I think you missed one.
I missed one.
I mean, it's definitely the most like odd one out of like, how is it there IMO? But
Okay, let's go into the top 5. I need to calculate it. It's tied, so you're getting the top 6.
Ooh.
oh, you didn't do
shit.
that for the other one.
Because it
gotta
would
do that.
reveal last place. This one does not reveal last place.
Oh, whatever. Wait, what am I doing for 6th?
Same
Red.
color.
They're both 5th.
Okay,
Oh.
fine.
Yeah.
So the tied 5th place is Peaks and Valleys 10 and The Great Frontier Season 14.
Oh, also no.
In 4th place, it is that one right here. That is
is?
Phobia 25.
Ooh.
3rd place goes to Jambo Season 3. 2nd place goes to Jambo Season 2.
That's
Makes sense.
surprising.
3
I'll
and
say
2.
that. That is surprising.
And 1st place goes to
I don't have a drum roll.
Ambition Season 32. That's the winner.
You did it.
Let's go. Thank you.
Thank
you,
you.
everyone. No,
Fantastic.
this is a beautiful season. I love it so much. Um, it was a 10-year. A lot of planning went into it, like a lot more than usual for ambition seasons. It was 48 players. Last minute scramble to find someone because we were at 47, which is a prime number. You can't do much with 47. And then it was also a team of 6, which not a lot of recorded rounds do. I think this is like around the time where like 2 or 3 recorded rounds did a big team season that all came out relatively near each other as well. Of course, the surprise returners that me and 5 other people knew were coming in. So it's always fun keeping a secret from the players that is revealed, and I get to see their like reactions to it. And the fact that we're just all so close in the round. Terry said it in his speech that we were literally like 10 of us were at his wedding, and that's like not something you see in a lot of rounds. A lot of rounds are, I like you in UHC. You want to play another one? Yeah, we'll play the same UHC a week from now as well in a different recorded round. Whereas I feel like a lot of these, you see originality, uniqueness, and different types of interaction that you don't usually get. So I'm just happy that this won again, because we won last year as well. So thank you to everyone. And be excited for the next season.
Actually, to comment on that winning last year as well. This is the first time that a round has won best season twice.
That was real.
And also
Congratulations.
quite a funny thing. It is 2 consecutive seasons who have won best season of the year.
I do think like it being like 10 years, like just added so much more to it, and like it really did something unique, and like it provided like a unique roster, so like definitely is deserved. And then you also
Yeah,
got the 2 Jambo season in second and third, just like
Yeah.
providing something completely different.
Yeah, I for sure thought Jambo 2 was going to take it. I thought the discussion in the RR Discord about it was a lot, even after with season 3 coming out,
I mean,
which was also a good
honestly,
season.
if the montage for season 2 was released, I could see it winning.
Hmm.
But like it's like it's first and second, and like it doesn't have a crazy lead, so like yeah, the montage could have an effect where more people would know about it.
Good recorded rounds all around.
Hell yeah.
I've got
Yes.
to leave now though, but thank you for having me, and it was
Yeah.
a good time.
So thank you all for joining. That was a good stream, and thank you to like all 60 people that did the vote. That was the biggest number. Like last year was 40, so it was cool to have even more votes in a period where like people like Huichi is dead. Like we got more people than last year, so that's pretty big. And we'll be back next year.
Let's
UHC has
go.
never been more alive than ever.